My fellow Romans, it's been a while. Now we've got a new game upon us. Who knows? Hey guys, Northern Crusader here once more, representing the Roman Republic. I had this words out. Damn, it's gone wrong. This is Imperator Rome. This came out roughly 2 days ago as of recording. I had it on pre-order and actually couldn't play it until now. Well, I lied. I've been wanting to record this. I've been playing the tutorial. So as not to spoil myself too much. Do I know what I'm doing? No. Where the hell should I know what I'm doing? So those who don't know, this is Paradox's newest grand strategy game. It's set in, if you can't tell, the Rome period. The way to do it was, it's like 450 years after the Roman Republic was founded, and you do get to go through the Marian reforms, so with that as you will. I don't know what I'm doing. just the moment you don't realise, hang on, what the hell am I doing? Then you'll know. Let me just give me a sec. Let's try that. I also put the volume up on the recording as well. So, this is going to be entertaining, because that's my tutorial one, by the way. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm just going to... Let's just wing it and see what happens. Like, whatever happens, happens. The tutorial was decent. It's not good, it's not bad. There are things it doesn't explain, but I'm guessing you're meant to just pay attention and just see what happens as they go. Which isn't the best bet in the first place. But my end of things... I know bits and pieces about Rome. I don't know it as well as like the medieval period, the Renaissance, or any of the World Wars. But the Roman period does have a special place in my heart. It was the first major history lesson we got that wasn't primary. We got taught about the Julius Caesar, the Roman Empire kind of thing. Oh, and Tarquin. Tarquin? I can't remember his name. The Samnites and that lot. The foundation of Rome. But I kind of have a soft spot for him. Like, I'm not interested enough to look things up, but I'm interested enough to like the era. So, what are we doing? Here is the world. You might notice we're at a bit of an angle. This is actually intentional. There's a map of the world made in Roman times where the world is actually like this. You also see we're actually locked into... Looks like the corner of Asia, India... Oh, let's call it India. Holy hell, the Seleucids already exist. Okay, that bugs me, right? That's Alexander's Empire. Anyway, with this world as we know it. Yeah. I don't know if you can go further. I know you can fill in these spots in the map. So you can actually go on and look at all these... So, what are we doing? What's this? Difficulty. Oh, yeah, we have a difficulty slider. There it goes, very easy. Holy Christ. Alright. I'm going to play on normal difficulty. Now, because it's the first game... because it's the first game, we actually go start Rome. Now, there are reasons for this, and we will see what we're going to but you can see, like, everything's right like that. The Mare Terrenia, the Mare Iberica, the Mare Adriatica, the Mare Ionium. These all kind of form the names we use today. Like, this is the Tyrrhenian Sea, I don't know. Tyrrhenian Sea. That sort of thing. I don't know, like, that's the Atlantic Ocean, as you can tell. The British Channel. Yeah, so, as you can see here, we are Rome. We are an aristocratic republic. A republic where we rules around 5 years and then get elected. They can only be re-elected twice. We had 2 military ideas and 1 oratory idea. These will come in. So these will be explained later. I don't 100% know what those mean. I'm presuming that's popularity. I can't remember what that is. I think that's manpower. And I think the last one... I actually don't remember what the last one is. This is great, because I've got to learn these things. We are Hellenic, having spread from the Greek heartland, the Olympian pantheon is venerated by many. The names, aspects, and hierarchy of many of the gods can vary widely from region to region. However, Zeus, or Jupiter as he is known to the Romans, is regarded as the figurehead of the Olympian pantheon. We are also Latin, we're Roman. Sorry, we're Roman. This constitutes pretty much everything within the Roman region, within Italy. And if we... I can't actually do that, okay? So, this is where we start. We do actually have a decent amount to us. And I believe we also start with subjects. I can integrate these guys over time, as you can see it's marking on the map, thank God. We do have a decent size to us. It's more getting it under control. So there are good goals for us to do. So where do we go? This is also our ruler. Imperator is kind of a weird mix between Crusader Kings and Victoria, and that will make sense later. So this is actually our ruler right now. This will change over time, but we're kind of trying to play politics at the same time, which is kind of weird. I don't know. So, right, with that in mind, we actually do have different things. We can go with the Egyptians down here. We can go with Carthage. We can go with Macedon. The Seleucids. Phrygia. That's it. I wouldn't be surprised there's more as we go along. This is states are getting on, so this is after the Alexander's Empire's fallen apart, okay. Yeah, because he made an empire all the way over here. Yep. Parthian exists, that's neat. So, we are... as our game starts, Rome has begun to establish hegemony over surrounding tribes and cultures, sparring frequently with its neighbours. The Second Samnite War finished mere months ago, cementing Rome's position as a local power. The looming threat of the Etruscans and Carthaginians required caution. Yet Rome's economy far exceeds its appearance as a territorial emergent state. What's this? Oh, okay, so we can, and there's Iron Man mode if you want achievements. I don't think I want to do that. We can also observe, but to it. We do have stats, and I'll get into these in a bit. Now, that was quick. We're going to learn things as we go along, so forgive me. Senatus Populesque Romanus, otherwise known as SPQR. For over 20 years, the nascent Roman Republic has fought a harsh campaign against the Samnite people to the south, although victory often seemed far from grasp. The war ended in Rome's favour, resulting in the liberation of the important Greek city of Neapolis. The Samnites, however, having retreated to lick their wounds, are far from defeated. In the north, the Etruscan people eyed the expansion of the Republic with apprehension. To the south, myriad Greek city-states plot behind one another's backs, all the while appealing to their benefactors and Greece's aid. On the far-flung island of Sicily, the foreign invasion of the mysterious Carthaginian Empire threatens to upset the precarious balance of power in the region. Will Rome rise victorious, or fall to eternal strife and barbaric hordes? The fate of the Republic rests in your hands. Right, so, Rome. Hey, you own this and this, which is kind of using yourself. We do have map modes. Probably not going to use them. I will say it so impassable terrain isn't coloured. It's kind of annoying for me. Because it would colour it in, I think you can move that, but they can't. So you can see, like, over here, for instance, just outright impassable, and it really tells you where you can go. If you have this filled in, it's a pain in the backside. So, where are we starting? First off, our armies. We have a good 15k. That's a decent amount. 555. I wouldn't be surprised if they think it's advanced, but hey. So it's a cohort, it's Legion 1. Or Legio 1, I don't know. You can see, hey, we're going to make a flank, it's kind of neat. You set up how you set up your guys, so the primary cohort starts off engaging as our archers in this case, second cohort are Principes, and our flanking cohort are Auxilia. Not decent maintenance, so we can all pass this back here, like it dangerous. We can build straight to the army, which is neat, so we'll come back to that in a bit. But first things first, we have several things we can do. Nation overview, so it basically tells you everything you need to know about your nation. For instance, regions that are governed, you can see we've got 5. Yep, 5. We can change these if we want to. You can see they're all loyal. This one. You can see that they're good. Loyalty is a thing. I'm not 100% how, but it's a thing. You can also see we have ideas we need to take. So this is where our oratory and military ideas came from. You see, we can fill this slot with ideas. It costs us 50 oratory power, which is this, to fill the slot. Now, the annoying thing is these have to be from those groups. So you see, Oh wait. Oh, to get a matching bonus, okay. So we can't have anything here, but really, you want to go with what's there. So you can see, hey, martially cost from around arms. Permanent shipyards to upgrade trade cheaper. All of retreat makes reinforcement faster, that kind of thing. All your ideas down here. Monthly corruption down. This is what we can get. You can get more over time, but it takes like advances, which we'll go to in a bit. Hospitality, which gives us loyalty for okay. Stuff like that. We will go into bits of this here, but bear in mind, pops are a thing. They come to citizens, freemen, tribesmen, slaves. It gets easier as it goes along, I'd say, but I don't 100% know what each one does. So freemen, I don't know what citizens do. I think it says somewhere. Yeah, let me just. What's this here? Oh, so tribesmen are the lowest, but they give us manpower? Yeah, okay. So I'm thinking of balance figures, but bear in mind slaves are a thing anyway. So these two promoted to freemen give you more manpower. Freeman promoted gives you research points and commerce value. So try and keep good balance. You can see we're making not a lot. Government we sort out. This is basically Crusader Kings, where you've got your. I think the best way of putting it is your council. So you can see like this is a censor. What's a censor do? The censor is magistrate responsibility of the state, censors, public morality, and clearing blockages in the Senate court. It's also part of a faction. Factions come into play in sort of Victoria 2 style thing, where you get bonus from. So you can see we are currently part of the civic faction. Civic faction gives us build costs down, build time down, national tax up. The military faction gives us morale up. Mercantile faction, who is basically, hey, get more money and dip the rep. Pardon me. Religious faction, who increase our approval of hope, omens and can make it cheap to convert laws. And populace, who basically make it so that they can like you. I don't 100% get this. Populists don't really seem good. I'm guessing the idea is that once you get someone who's got high corruption, the populace will get more and more popular and get another way. You can change these. It can benefit you, so it's got items here. We will get this all characters. That's basically there is loyalty in this game, which isn't saying itself. Olga. Okay. Hello. So you can see these guys don't actually do a job, but you gotta give them, you gotta pay attention to which faction they're part of. It's kind of amusing, but you also have laws. I don't know what these do, so we're not going to cover them right now. But as you can see, there's obviously a change. Military. We have traditions. Traditions are basically ideas. So you can see that we've got Italian traditions. For a start, our forts are better. We can unlock Raid City, construct border forts, build military roads, and the Tripex Aces. We have a focus on heavy infantry, with decent cohort of light cavalry and light infantry. These are what you should focus on as the Romans. Or what they're recommending you focus on anyway. You see, you go all the way down here. It costs 800 military power here. To advance your position, this goes up over time. So, well, I say it goes up over time. If you unlock one, it goes up. If you unlock two, it goes up, so on and so forth. So, you want to focus on what you want to get. So, heavy infantry defense or light infantry defense. Go back to that a bit. Technology! One of the most important things in the game. I barely know how this works. Inventions will pop up over time. These are more based around what that kind of level is. So you can see everyone's level 0. This is basically our research. We can change this if we want, but this guy is level 10, I believe? Yep, level 10. This guy's level 9. This guy's level 10. This guy's level 7. Every area has its own benefit, has its own focus. So the martial advances would be kind of your martial. Civic advances would be your chancellor. Oratory advances, I'm not entirely sure. I'm guessing that'd be your steward. And religious advances would basically be your clergy. You will get things where what's the best way of putting this? You will over time get benefits from this. As you can see, you're level 0, so we get nothing. There is swings for you over time. And next level gives us more morale for armies and navies, makes our armies cost more, and gives more makes traditions cheaper. It also gives us new tech. Think of this like, I think the best way of putting it is basically ideas in EU4, in European Universals. But these all come with level. I don't know how else to put it really, which is annoying, but hey. They all come with their own benefits. Things you learn on the job gives you bonus experience for starting units. Military artisans gives you military tech investment knowledge, which makes you research faster. Property tax gives you national tax, that kind of thing. This episode's going to be a lot of explaining, so dig in. There's a lot here, and it can really help you out a lot. Something else also think about is that leveling these up isn't always good. So, like this makes your army cost more, this makes this is your benefit. This is your benefit. Okay, I'm wrong. Just make it so that it's just martial where there's some downside to it. I get it. Yeah. Okay. This is. Hey, I know. Ah, okay. So we've done text of religion. This is one of the things I like about this game. It's kind of interesting. Based on what religion you are, you get a set of blessings to call, like a set of omens. Right now, it costs 160 per interaction. But you put this in, and it lasts, I think it's like 5 years? Yeah, it's around 5 years, yeah. Oh, 730 doubled is, yes, 5 years. So they'll give you a bonus, and it's like, you know, discipline's really good. You get Mars, aggressive expansion change, which is basically this ticks down faster. Blessing of Power gives you more manpower, more commandless income, more riches points, national rest down, national tax, national pop growth. No, these two are not the same thing. Bear that in mind. You also get, I think it's also cheap if you got film with it. But you can see, like, they're not how I expect. Our stability is 1. You know, stability meaning 4. It's kind of amusing because it also affects, like, research points, which I can't hoops out on. It affects loyalty of states and the rules' popularity. I don't know how to get that, but if you want to sacrifice the god, you need religious powers over here. So you might have a lot of religious powers, but keep that one in mind. Economy, you can do your, it's basically your finances, so you can see, hey, I want to put up taxes, for instance, which makes your religious points go down, but your slaves do. Bear in mind, on the left is always incomes, on the right is always expenses. You might not always need these at max, but you can see they all have a benefit and a negative. So you put down think maintenance, you lose morale, but you lose maintenance costs as well. If you increase the pay, you gain morale but gain costs, which, you know, that seems like a big difference there. It works out as something like 50%, 200%, something like that. Just... Nope, I'm wrong. It's about quarter down, quarter up. We do have an economy, we've got to balance it out, so keep that in mind. I think the one I'm mostly concerned about is wages, but then that's something that's going to come in later. If you've got spare money, you can convert it into other forms of points, which I'm going to talk about later. You have diplomacy. Everyone has diplomacy. You can talk to nations, you can also see what they got. We can set a stance. Stances are basically how you regard your neighbours. You can see we can be neutral, which is the actual diplomatic relation. We can be appeasing, and we lose aggressive expansion faster, and relations go up cheaper. Our allies also are friendlier, and we have more opinion on people in the region. Mercantile, we have more money, we can also make trade routes easier. Bellicose is basically, hey, we're going to go to war with you, we don't like you. Subjugative, when you've got minions, you can integrate them quicker and easier. That's for Rome, at least. You can see there are country rank, we'll be going over this in a bit. But we are a local power, there are things like, hey, one place of city-state, for instance, you can see left, right, what we are. Macedon is a regional power, and these do go up, so if we can find the Seleucids, we'll probably see where they are. Frigg is a major power, that's going to be interesting. So the Seleucids, so a major power must be the biggest. Hope great power is at least 500, okay. You can see what it takes to upgrade, but there are benefits for being at certain levels. As you can see, the bigger you go, you actually lose diplomatic relations. Oh no, what? Right, the bigger you go, the more regulations you get and all the benefits you get. So really, no reason not to get bigger. Unless you want to build tall, that's a different story. We can see we already have imports, go exports, injects this, subjects. We have 4 subjects already, so... We have decisions! Hey! These are things you can do. As you get hover over, you can tell you what they do. On the left, you can tell how they can get them. So, if you want to be a plutocratic republic, we've got to have civilization level equals 60 or greater. I don't know that one. The other 2 are laws. It's basically pass laws and have a civilization level or something. I don't know what that means. But we also have the Marius reforms we can do. Which, manpower could we speak, cohort could we speak, cohort site experience, yeah. We basically make our army better. And embellish the Temple of Jupiter. Which basically makes so we have own power and loyalty. Trade. We can trade. There's a lot to do here. It's going to be insane. Characters. We can see every character within our nation. We also show the families. Families are a thing. If you have a family who is scorned, they're not. You have to give them like 2% of your state income, and then they will not be scorned anymore. This is where the Crusader Kings aspect comes in, because they actually have personal loyalty. Apparently this is respected. I don't know why. But you gotta pay attention to this because families do have an effect on the game. It's gonna hurt, but you gotta learn. We also have mercenaries. You can hire mercenaries. They do have a cost to them. As you can see, it's like, hey, we pay an extra amount when we get them. They're in this region, but you can see it's just instant troops. We also get told, hey, you've got the slow characters who is you are going down because you're not so effectively. Yeah. We've got sort of like commanders and armies, we've got invention we get, we've got open. So that's that bit. Otherwise, as far as I'm aware, this plays like EU4. You have to fabricate claims and go to war over them. So this is a weird mix between EU4 and Crusader Kings. But with a bit of Victorian too. But something else we can do is also set up our own trade routes. Let me find Rome. Oh, that's already done. Great. You can set up your own trade routes. Now, this province has surplus of iron, of wine, as you see here. We can trade them out. So you can send to Apulia, or we can send to Campania. They already have wine, so we don't have there. But iron, heavy infantry discipline, because we have it in the capital. Iron, Latium, Campania has a surplus of wood. Probably the better way to do it is look at Campania. So we have a surplus of wood here with local tax. If we get rid of that, then we lose tax bonus here. But, yeah. So we can just set up trade routes and go, hey, I want to get, let's say, wood. And you can see who has wood they're willing to trade. So you can see Cartaria, Umbria, and Umbria. It's kind of an interesting way because you get some bonus for it. So you can get elephants somewhere. There, elephants. This enables recruitment of elephants. And if you have it in the capital, elephants have discipline. I don't know how that works. It just does. It's weird. There are a lot of things to do here. There's also a macro builder, which I've shown earlier, but you can do show buildings. So we can say, hey, I'm going to build marketplaces, training camps, fortress, granaries. These all have their own bonuses. We can recruit more troops. Promote pops to a certain role. We can convert pops to our religion, as you can see here. It costs things to it, but hey, we can assimilate pops, which is basically, hey, you're going to be Hellenic. And we can import trade goods, which is basically, hey, I want to have an import coming. I didn't actually know this was here earlier, which isn't the best bit. I should show this though. We can use the macro builder, or we can do recruit army. This lets you recruit straight here. We have 5 we can recruit from now, but that will grow. Also has time to recruit. We have archers, heavy cav. Sorry, let's show this one. Sagittari, who are archers. Equites, who are heavy cav. Principaries, who are heavy infantry. Auxilia, who are light cav. Yeah, light cav. And Velites, who are spears. If you can't tell, look at the symbol. These are actually light infantry. Okay, so our arm is really going to be focused around light infantry and heavy infantry, with some like that as well. So they all have their own distinct advantages and disadvantages. As you can see from here, we take nothing. We have no plus or minus versus camel cav. We take more damage from chariots and cavalry along with the heavy infantry, because against more archers. Light cav actually are better against archers, chariots, and light infantry, but they're weak against the heavy cav. Heavy infantry. These guys are pretty good against chariots, heavy cav, and light infantry. Archers are archers. Apparently only really good against light infantry. Great. Equites seem to be the most viable, because, you know, bonuses. If you're against heavy, if you're against war elephants though, ooh, that's going to hurt. So, you will get more units over time. It's going to be a laugh when you do go. And, I don't know, you can set a tactic as well. So you can say, hey, I want you to, let's say, bottleneck. Bottleneck is really good for heavy infantry and archers. It will tell you what it is for this army, by the way, which is the best bit. So, Deception is really good for light cavalry, but it also has its weakness. Like, we'd be weak against certain formations. Think to what your army is before you choose a formation. So, we're set to shock action right now, which is 33% bonus for heavy infantry. Why is effective? Okay. We get a 6% bonus against envelopment and. What's that? Ah, that must be an Indian one. Okay. So we get against Padma Veya. We lose against Bottleneck and Phalanx. Envelopment is better against the Phalanx and Deception, but lose against Shock and we read that. Skirmishing is good against Bottleneck and Cavalry Skirmish, but it's look bad against Deception and Tripex. Tripex ACs. This will grow over time, and because you do research, so it's worth doing. You can also build fleets. We already have triremes right now, and this is. You can also change tactics like holding action or ramming action. First building lets you explode. Okay, so we should really go over the points. This is money, treasury, obviously. We have manpower. Think of EU4. That's the best way of putting it. Military power. We have a certain amount of military power we get per month. It's based on your leader and then the person you put in the military role, which I don't get this entirely, but hey. Civic power, which we gave the same way. Oratory power, religious power, and then stability. And then we have aggressive expansion and tyranny. This increases as you go to war, but it ticks down over time. This increases as you do tyrannical things within the country. It's kind of an interesting mechanic, I don't know get it, but hey. This actually has more effects than you think. It can affect your relations with everyone around you. Yeah, that's really much all I can explain right now. I don't 100% get this game myself, so I'm learning as we go. So if I will make mistakes, and I apologise in advance if this campaign goes south quick. I don't mean goes south as in unifies Italy, I mean goes south as in goes wrong. But that in mind, I'm going to call this apart here. So, next time, we're actually going to officially start the campaign. I have ideas of what I want to do, it's just doing them. So, next time on Rome. Let's get started, shall we? I've been Northern Crusader. I'll see you next time. And have a good one.